Don't change that dial. It's time for your go-to source for all things entertainment and caffeinated. Now give it up and welcome to the stage, Eva and DJ!
I'm DJ Blocksile.
And I'm Eva Crow.
And this is the Inks and Lattes podcast, where we're spilling the ink and dishing out drinks.
So DJ and I are both members of the Creative Coffee Cafe Discord network, an amazing place where creatives can just come together, bounce ideas and get support, chill and chat with their fellow creatives. It's an awesome community, and now we're going to feature some work from some of our talented members.
And this week we're going to showcase part 3 of Cathryn Leigh's upcoming release. This one's called Peace Forgotten, Alethea's Lament, verse 3. Rent asunder by the prejudice of the light, Aramaeus and Alethea struggle to adapt their new lives. Aramaeus is marked a criminal for trying to protect Lady Alethea, deemed a false bride by the Lord by those in power. Even as he labors to find purpose without his love, the gods whisper of his redemption. Alethea is taken in by the night to heal from the wounds given to her as she fled the light. Proclaimed an honored guest among the night, a tradition few of them remember, she finds prejudice once more works against her. Will Aramaeus snap out of his apathy in time to save those still loyal to Alethea's purpose? Will Alethea learn enough to understand how to unite the night and the light? Or will they both fall and watch war ignite?
Peace Forgotten, Alethea's Lament, verse 3, releases on August 3rd and is now available for pre-orders. And when she's not writing and publishing her stories, Cathryn manages the quality aspects of a clinical laboratory by day and her husband, 2 children, and pets by night. Over the course of the year, she's used her free time to learn to ride a motorcycle, earn her black belt in karate with her eldest child, and travel the world with her family. Along with these epic endeavors, she experiments with yarn, fabric, and of course, words. Cathryn is also planning a 4th and final book of the Alethea's Lament series in 2026. So head on over to Amazon and get your pre-order in for that. And then just a quick reminder of some other great CCC related things.
Justin at the DM's Guide is open for TTRPG map-making commissions. You can DM him on Instagram at the DM's Guide or reach out to him via his website.
Aster at Aster's Mystic Bedhead has a shop on Ko-Fi. Check out Aster's Tiny Art and snag your own adorable, one-of-a-kind piece of Aster's tiny art.
Also, LunaWolfWYO Designs has all kinds of beautiful tumblers, mugs, and stemless wine tumblers. They offer pre-made designs and also accept custom orders. Owner and creator Vicky has put out a special dripping creativity tumbler that is amazing, and 15% of the sales on those go back into the Creative Coffee Cafe.
And lastly, don't forget to visit the Bewitchery, a small online shop that offers candles, spell kits, fragrances, jewelry, and lots of other great things. And again, all links can be found in the description.
Alright, and now it is time for our topic of the week. Today, we're going to talk about what makes a good film soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think there, Eva? We'll let you start here.
Okay, so I'm a big movie person just in general, but I'm also a big music person. And there is very few things that can make or break a film as much as a soundtrack, in my opinion. Um, I I don't really have a preference as to whether it's like a compilation of songs that they use for a soundtrack or whether it is an actual score created for the film. But it is something that for me can just really elevate a film to a whole other level. I mean, do you have a preference, DJ, between like original score soundtracks and like compilation of song soundtracks?
I don't have a preference in other than that. It really it depends on the movie itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously, I remember in one of the film classes I had actually they talked about how I think it was actually the first Star Wars movie back in 1977. They got John Williams to do it, and the whole orchestral music background thing actually wasn't really. It had kind of fallen out as a thing until that movie came out. And that movie kind of brought back using orchestral soundtracks as a background for movies. And of course, because of the popularity of Star Wars, of course, everyone decided, hey, this works, and started kind of using that kind of thing. So I think it really depends on the context that's being used,
Mm-hmm.
and I love when people experiment with different things and
Mm-hmm.
kind of go against the grain of because I mean like at this point John Williams soundtracks is just a thing at this point with movies.
Right. Right.
Like all the big best movies seem to use John Williams, or that kind of orchestral kind of music, especially like the dramatic, big, booming movies. The blockbusters tend to
Mm-hmm.
have that kind of thing in them.
Yeah, like when I
And I
think,
think that's kind of why.
go
No, go
ahead.
ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, one of the films for me that comes to mind when I think of just like these big kind of epic score type soundtracks is obviously Titanic. Brilliant,
Hmm.
brilliantly done. And then you have like the classic, obviously My Heart Will Go On theme song, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so well done and it fits the movie so perfectly. It's just so good.
It's funny too because I feel like because I know there was a time I remember when I was growing up where songs were made specifically for the movies and
Hmm.
would become big hits.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's just not really a thing anymore.
I'm trying to think if I can think of any like current ones and that's a good point
Like
actually.
obviously the Disney movies in the 80s and 90s, like usually there was like one of those big Disney hits that would end up one of the songs from that would
Hmm.
end up being, but then they use like they would use like Elton John, they would use like these big
Right.
artists and they would have them make a song specifically for the Disney movie that they knew was going to be a hit.
Right.
And I just feel like they just don't do that kind of thing anymore.
Yeah, speaking of like Disney, one of them that is just like that, like what you're talking about, is Phil Collins on Tarzan. That has no right to be as good as it is. And that song, You'll Be in My Heart, is so good. Like to this day, so, so good. And you're like, it's for a freaking Disney movie. And it's such a great song. And but yeah,
Yeah, he was just
for like nowadays stuff, I really can't I got to think about that, about like any that were made specifically. I mean, other than like movies that are basically musical movies, like The Greatest
yeah.
Showman. The Greatest Showman has an
Yeah,
amazing
exactly.
soundtrack, and but all of those are obviously in the film. They were all written for the film.
Yeah, it's literally a musical. Yeah.
Right. It's completely different in that regard. Yeah. That is interesting. I wouldn't have thought
Well,
of that.
it yeah, because I mean, even something like Eye of the Tiger, made for the Rocky movies, like that was
Mm,
specifically made for the Rocky movie kind of
it's a
idea.
great
And
song.
even what was it? Yeah, the one song in Back to the Future, the beginning of that one, by Huey Lewis and the
Is
News.
that a Power of
That was
Love?
again made. Yeah, Power of Love
Mm-hmm.
again, specifically made for the movie.
Hmm.
And I don't feel like they do that anymore. And but I mean, going
Wasn't
back to like how they
I'm sorry.
um no, go
Wasn't
ahead.
wasn't and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know for sure, but um oh God, I just forgot the movie. Oh, Armageddon. Wasn't I Don't Want to Miss a
Oh,
Thing
yep.
written specifically for that
I'm
film
pretty sure it
by
was. Yep,
Aerosmith? I
yep.
think
And
it
of course,
was.
again, yeah. But again, that was like what, late
God,
'90s, I think.
oh, so long ago. Every time we bring up 90s, I'm like, ooh.
I mean, it doesn't feel that long when you think about. Oh my god, yeah, that was quite a long time ago now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
But yeah, and I'm thinking like even so going back to like how music can enhance a soundtrack, especially with contextual. One thing I was thinking too was with the Emperor's New Groove, when they were originally making the movie, it was supposed to be like a musical kind of thing originally, and they were having Sting do basically what Phil Collins was doing for Tarzan.
Mm,
It was actually supposed to be a much more serious, dramatic movie based on like the Inca kind of culture, the
mm-hmm.
Incan culture,
Right.
and but I guess things fell apart. They ended up changing the movie entirely. They made it a comedy instead, and obviously at that point, a lot of the songs that they made for it were just not going to work at all. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, at that point, they just changed everything completely to the point where a lot of the score is just it's almost like Looney Tunes, almost in a
Right.
way,
Yeah, I was just thinking
which
about that
which
and I was like,
works.
that really doesn't have any music like the other Disney movies do. That's interesting. I
No,
I
and
never made that
yeah.
connection.
Oh, the you should see like actually I kind of there is a an unofficial making of the whole Emperor's New Groove movie
Hmm.
because that movie went through a lot of. It really should not have ended up being as good as it did, but somehow it did.
Huh. And that's like going away from like the original score aspect and stuff like that. There are some really great soundtracks out there that are just compilations of like big pop culture songs. One for me, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it, one of them may have been written for the movie, but I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but Coyote Ugly actually has a fantastic
No,
soundtrack.
I actually haven't seen that one. Really?
It's actually a surprisingly good soundtrack. It's got all kinds, but I think Leon Rimes actually wrote at least one, if not two, songs for that film. I believe they're for that film. And they're really great
Okay.
songs. One is called Can't Stop the Moonlight because the girl in the main character in the film is a singer-songwriter who moves to the big city, blah blah blah, and joins the Coyote Ugly bar and she like sings on stage and it's a whole thing. But so I think some of those were written for the film, but then it also has like really great dance tunes on it. Like Devil Went Down to Georgia is on that soundtrack, which I love
Oh,
that
damn!
song.
Love that song.
It's such a
Charlie
great
Daniels
song.
Band.
Such a great song. And there's a lot of really good like compilation ones out there. Like Dirty Dancing is another great one. Um
Recent example would be the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
mm, yeah, yeah.
That all those like and those ones specifically like people wanted the soundtracks for those movies. Like they were promoting. It is almost like we're intertwined with the movie in a way, and it does kind of do that just because his character, him and the music are kind of like a thing throughout the
Mhm.
entire movies too, right?
Right, right. Yeah, there's a lot of different aspects that play into it, and like one of my other favorite soundtracks that is just like hauntingly beautiful is Requiem for a Dream with Jared Leto, Jennifer Connelly. Have you ever seen that one?
I have not actually. It
Ooh.
is one of those ones where it's like, okay, I have to see it at some point. You know, I finally watched the other day. Oh, what was it? That one. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. With Robin Williams in it, the more serious one where he plays a teacher with all the boys.
Oh, Good Will Hunting. No, not Good Will
No, no,
Hunting.
no, not
Not
that
Good Will
one.
Hunting.
No,
Dead
no.
Poets Society.
Dead Poet Society.
Hmm,
Yeah,
hmm.
Dead Poet Society. I finally watched that one like last year. Actually, no, this year.
That's a great one too.
Like it was, and it's one of those ones where I'm just like, okay, I have to watch this at some point. And actually, the only reason I ended up watching it was because we watched it as part of our screenwriting class.
Yeah, that's a great movie. It's a great movie. Um, what else were we gonna say about soundtracks? Did you have anything else you wanted to say before we like moved on to our pick?
Well, I do want to mention about how, like, one thing I was thinking about when we were talking about doing this whole thing was those videos you see online sometimes where they show a scene, but they put entirely different music towards it to show
Mm,
you how music can kind of like really change what a scene looks like. So,
yes.
take for example a serious scene in I can't remember what movie it was, but where like the bad guy and the antagonist and the protagonist are kind of like staring down each other, but
Hmm.
as opposed instead of like the serious soundtrack, they played a love song.
Yeah, it is
So instead of looking like they're staring each other down, they look like they're falling in love with each other.
yeah, it's one of those things that it can really that's what in my opinion makes a really good soundtrack is like picking the perfect song for the perfect moment is, one of the best things when you're like watching the film and the music just hits you. You're like, "Oh, why is that so good?" And you're exactly right. Like had they not picked just the perfect song, it wouldn't have had the same effect. It would not have hit as hard.
When the first film I had to take a film class as part of my program, just because we had to like take a little bit of everything in broadcast.
Mhm.
And the first film that I did, we ended up doing a thing. Basically, we ended up doing a film about coming up with an idea for making a film. That
Mhm.
was literally what the film was. It was a short, like 2 minute film, and literally it was about coming up with an idea for the film. And it was basically me frantically trying to come up with an idea for the film. The music we used for it was the Mission Impossible theme song.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that,
And I'm just like, okay, you know what? This kind of fits that kind of like frantic kind of just like, okay, we've got to. This seems like an impossible thing to do. And then actually, what was fun was cutting it and editing it in a way where the cuts go with the do do do, so it would cut every time on the beat and stuff like that.
right,
And again, that's where you can enhance the movie with the sound, so you almost like do the cuts with the beat in that kind of way as well, right?
right, exactly. It's just, it's such a, it seems like such a almost insignificant detail at times, like even in like horror films, because I watch a lot of horror films. I know you don't, but like even some of those scores are just like so atmospheric, and you don't realize like all the time and effort that goes into that kind of stuff and just creating that perfect atmosphere to make the
Because you're
film.
trying to create the tension, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's honestly amazing what they can do with that kind of stuff to make it go from like a mediocre scene potentially to something really incredible and like alt like it's just it's crazy what they can do with picking the right song.
It is amazing what just the right song and so some of the stuff that I do even in radio, for doing some of the promotions that I have to make for it. Picking the right kind of background music is kind of a bit of an art in a way too, where
Mhm.
I'll Google search a mood, but there'll be all these different songs and be like, okay, this one doesn't quite hit right, this one's okay, and all of a sudden I'll just find this one kind of piece of music that just fits exactly, and I don't even know how to describe why it works, but
Right.
it does, and it's one of those things where sometimes you just know, right?
Right. I totally agree with that. Well, we should probably move on to our pick of the week.
All right.
We'll let you go first, DJ, but our pick of the week is going to be, surprise, our favorite film soundtracks. So go ahead.
All right. So actually, I was originally going to pick a different one at first. I was going to originally go with Kill Bill Volume One, because that was the first one that really kind of hit me. I remember when that movie came out, and the soundtrack, a lot of the songs was like, oh man, this so. But I realized there was only a couple of different scenes and only few specific pieces of music that really hit me. So I ended up going with the other one that I was thinking of doing, which is actually a more recent movie, Baby Driver. And in that one, I really like it because it really incorporates the music with the film itself. I mean, the film itself, the protagonist named Baby, uh, he's got a bad case of tinnitus, and so having that music helps him to drown out the ringing in his ears.
Hmm.
And what they do with the movie is basically they incorporate a lot of that music into the movie itself, where it complements the movie in the kind of sense. Just the opening itself, with I remember seeing the opening, I was just blown away by just the music and the way it incorporates the action with the music, especially when he's waiting in his car for the robbers while they're doing it, and you can see him kind of just dancing along with the music while he's waiting in his car.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh my god, that is so me, right? There's so many people that could probably identify with that kind of thing. And again, they do that through the entire movie. The one chase scene where they use, and I was so ecstatic to see them use the song Hocus Pocus by Focus, because that is one of my favorite all-time weird
Yeah,
songs. Such a weird song, and I would never have expected that to be used in a piece of pop culture.
right,
And just the fact that he not only incorporated it, but he incorporated in one of the like biggest scenes in the entire movie, and it was basically the entire song that they played in that, and they matched it so well. I know I watched it again earlier this year, and I realized how well he timed all the scenes with that song. So basically, as opposed to using the song to complement the scenes, it almost felt like he was building the scenes with the song in mind.
right. Right, that's a good point, actually. I have seen that film, and it is a really great film just in general, but the music really does kind of it does feel like they're built like together, the with the song and the scene in mind.
And the fun thing I learned too, actually later, This was an idea. The idea he had for the movie actually came from something that Edgar Wright, the director, had thought of long ago. And actually, if you could see the idea, especially of the opening, if you watch the music video for the song "Blue Song" by Mint Royale. It actually is literally pretty much that first opening scene where the guy is waiting in the car for the bank robbers, and he gets this song. He puts the song on as a way to time how long they have, and you can see some of the elements where he's going back and forth with the wipers, where he's slapping the steering
Mm-hmm.
wheel, putting the visor up and down along with the music. And that's kind of like he's been, I think Edward Wright had been wanting to make this movie for a long time, and he finally got to make it, and it was beautiful. It was wonderful.
Yeah, that's a really
I
good
guess just
choice.
the artistry in general of just the whole thing. I just love just the incorporation of everything there, music with everything for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good choice, actually. It's one that I wouldn't have necessarily thought of, but then when you said it, I was like, oh, that is a really good choice. Because, like you said, it's utilized in the film. Like, the music is such a huge part of the film itself and the character of Baby and all of those things. So, yeah, that's a really good choice. It's a clever choice. Did you have anything else you wanted to add about yours?
No, no, that's pretty much all I was gonna say for now. Your turn. Go ahead.
Okay, so my pick is Donnie Darko, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. All-time favorites.
That is another one
Oh,
that I have not
oh,
seen, and
DJ.
I have to watch it. I keep telling myself I have to watch that movie because everything I've heard about that movie makes me feel that it is a movie that I
Mm,
will absolutely fall in love
it
with.
is so
And it's
good.
I don't know why I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's such
I
a
feel
good
like I
movie.
feel like I've built up so much hype for it that I'm scared to watch it and be disappointed because of how hyped I am
Yeah,
for it.
it's one of those, it's just an excellent film to begin with. But doing a little bit of research on the soundtrack, I found out some pretty interesting things because I remember watching Donnie Darko years and years and years ago, probably when I was in high school. And I remember instantly loving it because it is a very like dark, atmospheric film, but it also has this really dark humor to it. And I love some Jake Gyllenhaal. He is one of my favorite actors of all time. And he's so good in it, and he's so young in it too. And his sister Maggie Gyllenhaal is in it. But it's one of those that, like I said, upon doing a little bit of research for this episode, because I knew I loved the soundtrack, but I wanted to dig a little bit deeper. So originally, that film did not do particularly well in the States. Apparently, it kind of got a cult following after the fact. It was one of those movies. It did really well in the UK. Like the sales of that um, film at the box office in the UK like skyrocketed compared to the US. But it's one of those where there was technically like two separate type of soundtracks for that movie. Michael Andrews is who did the original score for Donnie Darko, and I got a little bit of information on it. And it said that it was a pretty low budget film, which when you watch it is crazy to me because I mean it's just so brilliantly done. It's one of those movies that proves that you don't have to have a huge budget to be really impactful. And it touches on time travel and all of these existential type themes. And it is pretty dark as well. Like, it's pretty dark, but in a weird kind of funny way. Um, but so I have a quote here from Michael Andrews where it says, "The film was pretty low budget, so my portion of the money was pretty thin. I couldn't hire anyone. It was just me. So I played everything: piano, mellotron, mini marimba, xylophone, ukulele, organ." He goes on to say, but no guitar because Richard, the director, said no guitar or drums. He just wasn't into it. And so once I heard that, I was like, my,
That's so weird.
yeah, I was like, I never really put that together, but there is, except for the fact that like I said, there's two separate sort of soundtracks. There's that one, the original score, And then there are some actual songs that they used on the film. They used Never Tear Us Apart by In Excess, Head Over Heels by Tears for Fears, which is a great song. Um, what was some of the other ones? Notorious by Duran Duran, which is such a random song to be on that
Oh, it's
soundtrack.
kind of like an 80s theme
For
to it, I
sure.
guess, in a way
For
there,
sure.
eh?
The film definitely takes place in that time era. And like the like I remember the scene when Notorious by Duran Duran plays. It's such a random scene without like knowing the movie, but Donnie's younger sister, I think her name's Samantha, she's she's in like a dance troupe in the 80s and she's like, 10, and they do this whole scene with like where they're flashing in between her dance troupe doing this like live performance to the song Notorious. And then they're like flashing back to like Donnie back and forth in between. And they also, two of the other really big songs on that film were The Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen. Do you know that song?
Oh, okay, that's a yep,
Oh,
that's a
it's
good
a
one.
great song. Um, and it just
Yeah.
like, if you look at the kind of music that they chose, it's all very like atmospheric in a way. And the original score is very much dark, brooding, atmospheric, kind of creepy in a way. But but that's what's weird because it's not at all like a horror film, but it definitely has these like kind of,
It's kind of like unsettling kind of mood, I guess you could
yeah,
say.
like the whole, because Donnie himself is a very dark character. He's a teenage boy who is very much kind of fed up with the world. He is fed up with people in the world and how people treat other people. And he kind of gets into this like existential crisis in his mind. And he starts seeing this bunny creature named Frank. And it's like this creepy man in a bunny suit. I know that sounds weird, but but he starts seeing him like in his dreams, he's hallucinating him, and Frank is kind of leading him throughout the film to do these things. And it kind of like leads him down this
Like it,
dark path. And but the film is like, it's so weird because some people would describe it as like a sad film in a way, and it kind of is without giving any spoilers away, but it's just, it touches on a lot of themes of like existentialism and time travel and like the universe as a whole and wormholes in the universe, and it's very weird for lack of a better word. But one of the biggest songs that came out of that soundtrack, and it wasn't written for it, but it really kind of elevated that song, is Mad World, which was originally done by Tears for Fears. And on the film, it is sung by a man named Gary Jules. And have you ever heard that
oh,
song, Mad
dude, they
World?
have the Gary Jewel. Oh, I love that version. Oh my
Yes,
god,
that,
that is
yes,
one of my favorite songs. They have that's
yes,
oh
that
no, I that song is
it's
yeah.
amazing. It's such a great song. And that version of it plays during like the kind of final big scene at the end. And what makes it really great is you know that song, you're familiar with the words of that song, and it very
Yeah,
much
yeah.
echoes the themes of Donnie Darko as a whole and of him as a person. Like even the first line is, all around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
Familiar
Right. And
faces.
the whole, that's like kind of Donnie's outlook throughout the whole thing. And he's very much
Huh.
like a Debbie Downer and he's very much a cynic. And so that song at the end scene is so intense. Like when you're watching that end scene, like you really need to go watch it because you will love it. It's such a great movie. But when that song plays, it makes that scene hit unlike anything else. Like I cry at the end of that film, and it's not even like a sad film, like quote sad film, but that song by sung by Gary Jules is just perfect. It literally
Oh, it's
summarizes
so sad.
everything of that about that film.
And it's funny because that version works so much better than the original
Mm,
Tears for Fears version
for
would.
sure.
Whereas like it's just the atmosphere of that version of the song, where just with just the piano and the sad kind of like melancholic
Hmm.
kind of atmosphere that it gives.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what makes that version so great, in my opinion. Is it really like it takes those lyrics and it almost it because the Tears for Fears version is almost kind of like an angsty kind of
Hmm.
like, and I could see the Tears for Fears version fitting this movie in particular too. But you're right in that I feel like having that atmospheric sad kind of, especially at the ending. I'm guessing the ending is kind of like sad and kind
Yeah,
of like
it depends on how you look at it. That's the thing about Donnie Darko is like it really is kind of up to perspective, but it is sad in a way. And that's just like it is. It's the perfect song. Like the synergy between that song and the visuals that are on screen in that last big scene is just like it has such emotional impact and it kind of like draws you into like Donnie's psyche and just the whole narrative of the film. So yeah, it's a really great one. You should definitely check it out and listen to the soundtrack because it is
you've inspired
fantastic.
me to watch it.
It's so good.
I'm gonna try to find a time this week. If I can't find it on streaming, I'm gonna try to find it on DVD or whatever like that. Because no, you're right. I have to watch it. It is one I've always told myself I have to watch
Yeah,
at
you
some
will
point.
not regret it. But we're probably gonna have to wrap it up, I think. I think we're out of time.
Yep, we're about the end of our time, so we'll wrap this week's episode of Inks and Lattes. Thanks so much for listening to us. We'll be here every Wednesday as part of the Dripping Creativity podcast, hosted by the amazing Chris Corvin. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already.
And if you guys want more information about the Creative Coffee Cafe and how you can get involved, visit the website creativecoffeecafe.com for more info, and the sign up form for the Discord can be found on there as well. And then lastly, if you have news or projects that you want to share, send it over to submit@creativecoffeecafe.com. And if we can, we'll get it on the next episode. So thanks again for tuning in to Inks and Lattes, where we're spilling the ink and dishing out drinks.
Have a good week.